Hey everyone, Nithira12 here. And, back for more Higurashi. Last time, crazy ass theory. Left and right. Keiichi, no, I wouldn't even ask. Not worth knowing. Anyways, let's continue onward. The next day, Rena comes to school, acting normal like she said she would. She's talking with Mion cheerfully like she always does, and it makes me wonder if the story she told me last night was a complete lie. That's because the story was too ridiculously crazy to believe. This village has a very weird and rare endemic disease, and there are fanatical believers who want to use the disease to revive a weird religion. And they've been researching the pathogen of the endemic disease so they can spread it in the village. I was deeply influenced by Rena last night, and I believed everything she said. But now that I think about it with a cool mind under the bright sunlight, it sounds too crazy to be true. Again, I would rather trust Mion than Rena. The story Rena told me is based on Takano's crazy hand-me-down ideas. It's all based on her theory, which, though very feasible, has no evidence whatsoever. Exactly. There's a lot of coincidences, but it doesn't mean it's true. The fact that Takano was murdered lends credit to the story. I'll give you that, but I look at Mion. Please say that you could never imagine that she's behind it. Please say that. I know that's what I want you to say, but you probably won't. She's fooling around with Rena. It's hard to believe that she's involved with crazy conspiracy. I'll take it. That's close enough. That's close enough. I would have preferred, she's too nice to do that, that kind of thing. I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll take the win. Hey, are you listening, Kei-chan? What? Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Wake up, sleepyhead. You need to get enough sleep or your brain stops working. Mion makes fun of me for reacting too slow. It's almost impossible not to trust this bubbly, cheerful girl. Yes. Oh, compliment. Oh, God, it's like the first one. A real one. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Can you see the light, Keiichi? I trust Mion. I trust my friends. No. Salvation. There is a God in Hinamizawa. Jesus Christ, it's the first time. I know she'd never have a hand in a crazy conspiracy like this one. Yes. 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 Oh, this is so much better. If she knew about the crazy conspiracy, she wouldn't be able to act this cheerfully. Exactly. And she wouldn't be as nice as she was. Oh my God, this is great. God, I was expecting just some terrible shit to happen. Oh God, this is fine. Ooh, pleasantly surprised. Rena told me not to tell Mion because she might be one of them. But it might be worth telling her without telling Rena. Yes! That's what I would have said. Like that night. Yeah, Mion, we really need to talk. Of course, there's at least a 1% chance that the conspiracy is true and that Mion is one of them. If so, I'm doomed. But if I have to choose between believing the crazy conspiracy and trusting my friends, my answer is obvious. Hey, that's basically choosing who do you rather trust, Rena or Mion. Haha, fuck you. Let's go. God, I am in such a good mood right now. I will probably my mood's gonna get shit on. Probably within 10 minutes, but right now I'm enjoying myself. I know that my friend Mion isn't a part of any conspiracy. She'd never be involved with something like that. Even if the conspiracy exists, I'm sure Mion is on our side. So whether or not the conspiracy exists, it must be worth telling Mion about. Sure. What's going on, Kei-chan? Why do you call me out here? You told me not to tell anybody. You're not going to extort money from me, are you? No, that's totally not the reason I'm back here. It's totally nothing serious. Is that the first thing you think of when you're called out to the gymnasium storeroom? Oh, I know. You want me to give me a love letter, don't you? People usually use the shoe locker for that, you know? We don't really do that in the city. A lot of guys hand over their love letters in person. That's actually a great response to that. Really? So you're, oh my god, I wish. Oh my god. I would be so happy. Oh my god, please. It's not gonna happen. I know he's gonna say no, but oh my god. I would be just through the moon. Just, that's it. Stop it. This chapter is officially over. I would call the end of the chapter right there. Everything else, it doesn't matter. Best chapter. But it's not going to happen. Are you kidding me? That's not why I called you here. I had to talk to you about something very serious. I want you to listen to me without making fun of me. What is it? Damn it. Damn it. It was a 0% possibility of it happening, but I still wanted it to. Do you know that there are people who want to revive the worship of Oyashiro-sama? Huh? What are you talking about? This, of course, was just my way of getting a feel for the situation. I wanted to see how she was going to react by getting straight to the point. But Mion looked stunned for real. People wouldn't be able to stay calm like this if someone pointed out their secret out of the blue. They always show a slight reaction. It seems that either Mion seriously hasn't even heard that phrase uttered before, or she's a brilliant actress. Either way, it seems like she really doesn't know what I'm talking about. I will probably say she probably is a brilliant actress, but she doesn't know anything about it. I decided to tell her everything. Mion, your family, the Sonozaki family, has a very big influence in this region, including Hinamizawa, right? Do you think there's a possibility that they're working to revive the worship of Oyashiro-sama behind the scenes? Revive? Why? Well, you know, people today don't worship Oyashiro-sama like the people in the old days did. So, people like fundamentalists might be trying to make people worship Oyashiro-sama like the people of Onagafuchi did. What? Wait a second. I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you sure? You really have no idea what I'm talking about. Of course I don't. It sounds like one of those popular novels that sold 5 million copies in the US. Mion's reaction is very natural. It's impossible that she's pretending she doesn't know anything about it. But I continue. Well, it seems like there are people like that in this village for real. Do you know anything about them? You're saying that those people want to make us worship Oyashiro-sama like the people of Onagafuchi did. What good will that do? You know, I think it means a lot to the fanatical believers. But think about it, Kei-chan. Who'd be happy to live under the strict ancient rules? In this day and age, it's almost impossible to live without leaving the village. But for example, think about Rika. Old people say she's a reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama, right? Those people might be the fanatical believers and... Are you talking about Father Kimiyoshi? Well, I know he's a deeply religious man for sure, but he isn't a fanatic. Believe me, there are people who are trying to revive the worship of Oyashiro-sama. God, you suck at explaining anything. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'll believe you for now, because I want to hear the rest. Go on. They found out that the curse of Oyashiro-sama was just an endemic disease unique to this village, so now they're researching the pathogen. Where? First of all, what's an endemic disease? What's a pathogen? They sound yucky. I'm getting confused. I don't know what I'm talking about it myself anymore. Yeah, when he talks about it, it makes no fucking sense. It's like, okay, no, this is a harebrained fucking thing, and it's stupid as fuck. Like, when Renner was describing, I was like, I mean, some of it's kind of possible here and there. But When he starts describing it, it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? I was deeply influenced by Rena last night, and I believed everything she said. But, now that I say it out loud, I start realizing how crazy this story sounds. What's going on with you? Did Mio tell you all this? Fuck. How did you know? She's famous for this kind of thing. She's an occult maniac. She always makes up crazy stories. A few people took her stories seriously, and they were all badly taken in. She told me some of her stories before. I remember they were actually very interesting. Is that true? I think you've heard about this one once or twice before. This village had a unique culture in the old days. It had strong elements about it, such as very strict rules, very strict punishments, and cruel traditions. They're well known among occult maniacs. And Mio was one of them. So, the story I heard about the weird parasite that controls the village was... What? Parasite? Is that a new story Mio came up with? What do you mean, new story? I told you, Mio is an occult maniac. She studies the crazy legends of Onagafuchi, and she enjoys making up theories. She's made up many theories so far, though not about parasites that control the village. The one I heard was about UFOs. It was actually a very interesting working theory. The story was about a UFO that crashed in the Onagafuchi swamp in the old days. The alien that was in the UFO and the villagers had a battle, or something like that. It was like one of those sci-fi horror films. The one Satoko heard was a theory about creatures from the bottom of the ocean. A crusty movement made a connection between the underworld and Onagafuchi, and... The princess of the underworld fell in love with a young man in the village. It was like a sci-fi version of Romeo and Juliet. Okay, so it's all a bunch of bullshit. Every single last one of her theories is bullshit, which is why I never trusted her. God, I let fucking Rena start running wild. God damn it. Fuck you, Rena. For making me even think about that. And think that's real. God damn it. I know better than that. And the story about the parasites that you heard must be a new one. I hope she makes all of them into a book one day. Mion laughs, holding her stomach. The only way you can recover? Give her a love letter. Smooth it all over. God, I'd be over cloud nine just, yes! Yes! Woo! I'd be so happy. Oh my god. Please. She deserves this happiness. Please. As I look at her laughing like that, I realize I fell for a ridiculously crazy story. It's obvious now. I fell for a crazy story. I'm sorry, Mion. But please answer my questions. First, did the fanatical believers who are trying to revive the worship of Oyashiro-sama even exist? No, they don't. I mean, it's totally the opposite. The three families have agreed to open Hinamizawa to outsiders in order to make this village thrive. I'm not supposed to tell anybody about this, but there's a project to build a new highway by the end of the 20th century. The Sonozaki family is promoting it without informing the villagers. If we succeed, this village will reap the benefits. My grandma is expecting land prices to go sky high. It's going to be a huge business in the 21st century, so most likely, I'll be the one to handle it. Hell yeah. Keiji, hurry up and say you love her already. Get in on that ultra good business. So, you don't think there are people who hate outsiders? I told you, there are no such people. What makes you think we want to make this village more inconvenient than it already is? In fact, we've already started selling the land of the village to rich people who want to build their country residence here. Your house is on the first lot we sold, Kei-chan. Didn't the villagers welcome you? The three families are trying to do everything they can to stop young people from leaving the village. She has a really great point. I mean, Keiji was welcomed in open arms. No one shunned him. No one really hates him. They only hate him when he's, like, stupid. Miona's right. Her story makes more sense than Takano's delusional theory. Mion's words wake me up from the delusion. Thank you. Oh, the beam of wisdom. That is Mion's head. So, what about this? I heard that the residents of Hinamizawa have extraordinarily high levels of something in their blood, and it proves that they're infected by parasites. Really? How did Mio examine that? Takano is a nurse. I'm sure she can do that. And you think anyone would give blood samples for her suspicious research? Because I sure don't. Even if she could get blood samples somehow, how and where would she examine them? How many blood samples do you think she examined all by herself? Miona's right again. I can't believe I thought Takano could do all that just because she was a nurse. But now it's hard to believe that she got that many blood samples and did a high-level examination like that all by herself. That also is a good point. I didn't even realize that. How big was her sample size? Was it 2 people? God, these residents have high levels. Yeah, they could have just been 2 people. When I think about it rationally, I shouldn't have believed such a crazy story so easily. I heard that they don't get hay fever as a proof of being infected by the parasite. Probably Mion's fucking had it. Only people in cities get hay fever. I heard it has something to do with emission gases. Kei-chan, you're talking about Hinamizawa. I mean, even people in Okinomiya don't get hay fever, I think. Well, what about this? I heard that the Sonozaki family has a death squad and that they kidnapped the grandson of a minister in the past. They did that, but they don't have a fucking death squad. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and she went overseas to go train there. Oh my god. It sounds cool. I wish I had a squad like that. I start to realize how crazy it sounds. But I believed all of it last night. I believed it because Reno looked very serious. It's true that the grandson of a minister was found in Taketsudo. We didn't do it. But we acted as if we did. What do you mean? Please explain. Okay. The Onikafuji Guardians resisted with violence during the dam conflict. They did something close to coercion as well. But there were people who used the resistance movement for their benefits. They used the name of the Onikafuji Guardians to rob people of money and valuables. The Onikafuji Guardians were a very aggressive force at the time. There's a high possibility that some people thought they could use the name to extort money. The kidnapping case was one of them. The kidnappers thought they could stifle the police investigation by acting like they were the Onikafuji Guardians. They kidnapped the boy to demand a ransom. To tell you the truth, the members of the Onikafuji Guardians were all very surprised. They were actually impressed that those guys actually pulled it off. I remember they even said they'd give him an award. Wait a second. So the Onikafuji Guardians had nothing to do with the kidnapping? No, not at all. Jesus Christ. I thought they were. Wow. Again, I trust anything that she says because she hasn't lied to me at all. So, I'm not going to believe this is a lie now. That kind of thing. Until she's a proven liar, I will not accuse her of lying. So, I guess that's true. Mion says it firmly. It's a simple, clear answer, which leaves no room for suspicion. God, she is just the best. I would go with her to all of my questions and stuff. Good God. I have a question about the village. Hey, Mion, I have a question. Help me. Now that I think about it, it's nothing surprising. Kidnapping the grandson of a minister and negotiating with the minister in person is a huge operation. The Onikafuji Guardians were a very aggressive group, but this operation wasn't so easy that it could be carried out by any of the normal residents of Hinamizawa. This is obviously the work of professional criminals without a doubt. True. Like I said earlier, the Sonozaki family acted as if we were the masterminds of the kidnapping case. What do you mean by that? This is a secret precept of the Sonozaki family. You can't tell anyone about this, okay? When an incident happens, we have a tradition to act as if we are responsible for it. It's a tradition of bluffing. Bluffing? Really? Yeah. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it works out in our favor. It can be an incident. the weather, or even lottery numbers. We act as if it happened because the Sonosaki family wanted it to happen. It starts to sound like we're a powerful organization, doesn't it? That's the point. This is the secret strategy that only the Sonosaki family leaders know about. This strategy is meant to make us look bigger and stronger than we are. Wow. So, what about the plan they had during the dam conflict? The one to attack the Ministry of Construction. Was that true? I heard that they prepared weapons and trained for it. That was the spin we put on it. There's no way we could actually carry out a crazy plan like that. Yeah, that was my point. What are they gonna fucking do? Blow it up? I mean, that's all they could do. The biggest goal was to make people believe that we were capable of doing things like that so we could apply pressure. That's all. They prepared the weapons and did the training in order to put pressure on them. They had no intention of actually carrying out the plan. The Sonosaki family was just bluffing. That makes sense. Of course it does. It's impossible to attack the Ministry of Construction. Even if they did, it wouldn't solve the problem. All I had to do was use common sense. Even if they attacked the Ministry of Construction, they would have been crushed within seconds by a large number of policemen. Why didn't I think of that? What about the weapons and the training? As for the weapons, no comment. But we did conduct the training. We needed to do it in order to make the bluff look real. We gathered some young men from my father's office, and we appointed Kasai as the leader of the group. We went to the desert in Texas, played war games with some trainers, and went sightseeing in San Francisco afterwards. Oh my god. So, I can't think of anything else. It's obvious now. No, Ren and I both were completely fooled by the scrapbooks of Takano's delusion. I wasn't completely. I was starting to like question, like, could this be real? But no. I should have fucking not just been swept up in it. God damn it. Because they were just pulling out like so many, like, because it was so well like detailed out that I couldn't help but like actually start questioning it. Fuck, I shouldn't have. I was deeply influenced by Rena because she was so serious about it. But now that I think about it, there are many contradictions. I can't believe Rena took a delusion like this so seriously. That's because she's crazy. I know the reason why. She was still in a state of shock because she was caught with the corpses that day. She was mentally unstable. Still is. And then she came across this tall tale, and she believed it. Rena's a smart girl. She wouldn't have taken it seriously if she was mentally stable. Hopefully not. Plus another thing happens to wake me up from the delusion. The white station wagon I saw yesterday comes to school during the lunch break. The 4 men in work uniforms I saw are here, too. I say thank you to Mion and follow them. The man who talked to me yesterday is knocking on the door of the teacher's office. Hello, I'm from the Okanogi Gardeners. Oh, thank you for coming. It's very hot today, isn't it? It sure is. By the way, you look very beautiful today, as always. Thank you. Well, you can start whenever you're ready. Yeah, we'll start right away. My account manager told me to give this to you. The quote in the invoice, I see. The date is left blank on both of them. Well, there shouldn't be any problem. Thank you so much. Alright, we'll start right away. The man is talking to Chie-sensei with a big smile. What are you doing here, Maebara? Oh, principal. Who is that guy? The principal points his finger at the window. When I look out the window, I hear the noise of an engine starting. The noise is coming from the engine of a motorized lawnmower. I see young men in work uniforms taking another lawnmower, some brooms, and a ladder out of the station wagon. They're gardeners. We haven't taken care of the grass around the fence and the trees for a long time. I wanted to clean them up before summer. Mr. Principal, thank you for giving us a call. The man notices the principal, takes off his hat and bows. No need. I trust your work. Please take care of things. I think we can finish it today. We might make a lot of noise, though. Each worker takes one of the tools and walks towards the fence where the grass is growing. The engine of the lawnmower is very loud, and the kids who are playing in the schoolyard are looking at it curiously. Hey, it's very dangerous. Go back to your classroom. It's Chie. She hands an envelope with the documents in it to the principal. It says Okanogi Gardeners in green on the envelope. Principal, please sign the invoice and drop it off at their office when you go to the town hall. Yeah, I will. Ah, Chie, did they come here yesterday? Yeah. They came here to look at the grass late in the afternoon. They told me they got lost on the way back because they tried to take a shortcut. This village has many small roads, and they're very confusing. I remember when I first came here. Chie talks about when she got lost and they laughed together. There was never anything suspicious to begin with. I thought they were suspicious yesterday because I was deeply influenced by Rena. At first I thought it wasn't rare to see a white station wagon. But then right after I heard the creepy story, I saw a white station wagon parked on the road and I got scared. The gardeners weren't familiar with the small roads on Hinamizawa, and they got lost trying to take a shortcut on their way back. That's all. I totally twisted it around. I believed the chief's story. I believed that the Sonozaki family was working behind the scenes, and I fabricated the existence of group of fanatical believers in my mind. Worse, I doubted Mion. Thank you. Yes, that is the crown jewel of terrible ideas you had. Exactly. Damn it. I'm such a fool. You could have believed everything else. The fact that you doubted Mion is really the issue. She's my friend. We took each other's hands that day, saying that we were a family made of friends, and that friends were friends no matter what. I said that, but then I doubted my friend. I'm so stupid. Yes. Anyway, the problem is Rena now. She also needs to wake up from this crazy delusion. I have to wake her up from this delusion. Rena looks like she has no mind to listen to others these days. She truly believes that the Sonozaki family is the mastermind of a big conspiracy. Let her just burn herself out. Fuck it.